What's up, YouTube? We are back at it again, just doing some oil change stuff on the Volvo, filling up the tires and getting rid of some of the stupid computer warning lights that tell you the whole car's falling apart, even though it's all minor things. So, oil change done on this, and stupid compressor at the shop. So, hanging out up here, here's the Evo chopper that the motor that we're working on right now is going to go back into. I think this is on the channel already in a couple other forms, but drop this down off the lift, waiting in the oven for some curing stuff, then we'll get back home. When we get back home today, we will pull off the cam cover and drain all of that, go through the cams and the lifters. I pulled the lifters, never mind. Go through the cam chest, probably gonna drop the oil pump and try and clear out all the crap that might be in there. I was looking through or editing the last video, and I did see oil coming out through the feed line when I was turning the crank over by hand, which tells me that the oil pump is still making oil pressure if it puked out a bunch of oil from there. We'll see. We gotta look a little bit further on that and get that apart, cleaned, and then determine what we're gonna do from there. Powder all over my forehead. So let me drop this off the thing, figure out how to reset the oil trip light, and we'll meet you back at the house. Well, we made it home. Been working at the shop, running around doing some choring. Went up with my brother and my parents, had to figure some stuff out. But Super Glide's now out. I don't know. Figured it'd be a beautiful night now. It rained up most of the day. Not really, but just an annoying drizzle. It said we were going to take apart the cam chest on this. That's not going to happen tonight. I just talked to a buddy of mine. He's up at Wilmot Raceway. I've never been up there, and he's up there with his kids, so I think I'm gonna jump on the Super Glide, take a short little ride over the border, and go see some races. I don't know, I think it's a circle track, but I'm not really. Oval track, maybe. Dirt, I think, but I'm not quite sure. So, I've never been. It's 20 minutes from my house, so running out of these types of days now. It's a perfect summer night, so grab a hoodie, throw it in the saddlebag on the Super Glide. I might bring you guys with and see how that goes. Might have some footage, might not. I have no idea. I've never been. I don't know what it's like. So we're going to try and get up there. And then ideally we can mess around with the Sporty tomorrow. On the Sporty motors, I just dropped off 2 sets of cylinders over with the local indie shop. He's doing the Evo ones from this, last enough cylinders. Hopefully there's enough meat to hone those out enough to make that work. He's gonna let me know sometime next week, I'm assuming. And then I took the iron head cylinders from that iron head motor in the box down there, dropped both off at once so we can hone those out roughly where they need to be. And then he will let me know if they're salvageable, if they're usable. Hopefully they are, because I already coated them. But then I can put a piston order in, and then we'll do the final machining on those. But just get them cleaned up enough, as little as possible to take off. Basically, machine them out as little as possible, and then we'll do a final machining when I get the actual physical piston, so we can mic everything out. So that's kind of where we're at on this. This will be on pause. I do want to pull this apart and clean up all the crap and metal shavings that might be in there, but I think I'm gonna take a night off and go watch some races, do some fun stuff. So hopefully I can bring this thing in there and get some footage for you guys. We'll pop that back in the end of this video, and if not, we'll be back on this tomorrow. Made it. Wilmot Raceway. Circle tracks and fun stuff, I think. So get off the bike, go meet up with my buddy, and try and bring you guys along.
Justin, the 38
come back from the stands and the pits. Wilmot Raceway, last race of the year. Quite a good time. I can't believe I waited all summer to get out here. It's getting dark. Super Guide's sitting over here by itself in the weeds. I'll get home and I'll do a quick recap maybe. If not, catch you guys on the next video. If you're in this area, make a trip. It was a blast. Good times. Now I want to build a car. Well, I'm back home. The pups are excited to see me. Super Glide ran like a top today. Haven't taken this out in quite a while. I've been riding the bagger more than anything else lately. And had the chopper out last week, so we flip-flopped those two. I wanted to put some miles on this old workhorse. Running like a top. No complaints there. Awesome time at Wilmot. I think that was the last one of the year, so that worked out pretty well. Made it to one. It's been on my list all summer, and life gets in the way of things, but that inspired me, one, to want to build a car. One of the little budget ones. I don't know what the classes are, so I'm gonna have to look that one up, but might be coming in the works at some point. Might as well do some race car stuff. And then two, that also solidified, I gotta get back up to Great Lakes with the Falcon. So I need to fix the upper control arm. I want to throw new springs into the front of that. And as soon as I can get that done, I'm gonna try and get up there early October, hopefully. And get a couple times in, and then this winter, not that I have any shortage of motorcycle projects right now, but we also have that 351 that I just want to give a quick once over, blast that apart, freshen up the bearings, make sure everything is good internally. I could just throw it in and run it, and it's probably going to be perfectly fine, but might as well preemptively go through it. And if we take it apart, those the trick flow heads that are in the Falcon right now, they work good on a 302. They'll work really good on a 351 as well. Cam will swap over, heads will swap over. Just gotta drill them out a little bit bigger to make that work. I don't know what I'm doing with this 302 yet, so might still be playing around with that one. I don't know. Lots of projects queuing up for the winter time as we get shorter and shorter on daylight and longer in nighttime with less things I want to do outside of the garage. So queuing up for all that. Lots of stuff in the works. I got to go through that 350 motor we just picked up for the panel truck. Still on the fence on what I want to do with that thing. I like the 305 in there, the 305 V6, not 305 V8. Runs like a top, but it's not really practical to drive as a daily, and I'm always out. I'm waiting on some title paperwork stuff. So that'll wrap up this video. I know it's not really a ton of eventful doing things. Cam cover will be coming tomorrow. I'll start messing around with this thing, get the cam out. But heads are off, or cylinders rather, are at the machine shop, so I'm kind of dead in the water in terms of trying to get this back together anyway. So I got a little bit of time to stall on this. At least another week or so, and then a couple days for parts orders once I figure out how broken it is. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you guys on the next one.